September 2025, Northern California. There are places in this world that don't appear on maps. Places that locals refuse to talk about. And sometimes, there are gates you should never open. This is what happened to Amy. Amy was 27 years old. She had just moved to California for a fresh start. New job, new apartment, new life. Her rental was cheap, suspiciously cheap, for a quiet area just outside a wooded region near the coast. The landlord had said something strange when she signed the lease. Just don't want her too far into the trees behind the property. That land isn't safe. Amy assumed he meant wildlife. Mountain lions, maybe unstable ground. She didn't think much of it until the night she heard the knocking. It was 2:17 a.m. 3 knocks. Slow, heavy, from her backyard. Not at the door, not at the window. From somewhere deep beyond the fence inside the trees. She froze in bed, waited, silence. Then, 3 more knocks, exactly the same rhythm. Knock, knock, knock. Not random, not branches, deliberate. Amy grabbed her phone and checked her security camera app. The backyard camera showed the fence, the grass, and the dark tree line. Nothing moving, but as she stared, the motion sensor light near the back flickered on by itself. And for half a second, she saw it, a shape, tall, standing perfectly still between the trees. Then the light flicked off. The knocking stopped. The next morning, Amy went outside. There were no footprints, no broken branches, but something was different. Behind her yard, past the fence, she noticed something she hadn't seen before. A metal gate, old, rust-covered, half-hidden in vines and ivy. She was certain it hadn't been there before. Her property ended at the fence. So what was that gate attached to? Curiosity won. That afternoon, she climbed over her fence. The air felt heavier on the other side. Quieter, too quiet. The gate stood alone between 2 leaning wooden posts. No visible fence extending from it, just a frame. And beyond it, dark forest. She stepped closer. Carved into the metal were faint words. No return. Her stomach tightened. It looked old, decades old. But the lock was new. That night, Amy dreamed of the gate. In a dream, it was open, and something was calling her name from the other side. Not shouting, whispering, "Amy, you opened it." She woke up at 3:33 a.m. Her bedroom felt freezing cold, and from outside, 3 knocks. But this time, closer, right against the fence. The next day, Amy decided to record overnight. She set up her phone facing the backyard and let it capture everything. At 2:17 a.m., the knock started again, but this time something else happened. The gate, visible in the far background through the trees, was open. She never touched it. In the recording, you can faintly hear something else after the 3rd knock. A voice, distorted, low, not quite human. It says, "You let me in." Amy had never opened the gate. At least, not physically. On September 18th, Amy didn't show up for work. Her co-workers assumed she was sick. By the 2nd day, they called the police. When officers arrived at her home, the front door was unlocked. Inside, everything looked normal. Her phone was on the kitchen counter. Her wallet was still there. No signs of struggle. But in the backyard, the fence door was open. And beyond it, the metal gate stood wide open, swinging slowly in the wind. There were footprints in the dirt. One set going toward the gate, none coming back. Search teams combed the woods for days. No sign of Amy. No body. No clothing. Nothing. Until one officer noticed something strange. Behind the open gate, there was no forest. Just 20 feet beyond it, the land dropped into a steep ravine. Anyone walking straight through would fall. But the strange part? There were no signs of a fall. No broken branches. No dister of soil. It was as if she had walked through and kept walking into nothing. Weeks later, the landlord was questioned. That's when he admitted something. The previous tenant also disappeared. Same month, same week, 2 years earlier. And before that, another case. Always September. Always after someone reported hearing knocking. Locals have a name for it. They call it the Gate of No Return. They say it doesn't lead somewhere. It waits. And once you acknowledge it, once you look for it, it looks back. The property is now vacant, boarded up. The metal gate has been removed. But people hiking nearby claim they still hear it. 3 knocks, deep in the trees. If you ever hear knocking from the woods behind your home, and you find a gate that wasn't there before, don't touch it. Don't look at it too long. And whatever you do, don't open it, because some doors are not meant to be closed again. You opened it.